Hello, Gorringes are on view, this time for our weekly sale on the 4th of July. Good grief, we're into July, no less. So we have a mixture for you today. There are going to be some unusual items, because there always are, and you can't resist talking about them. I mean, how about a Walker Hurricane Mark 1 tail wheel?
Oh my word.
Yeah, I bet you haven't got one of those. That is lot 293, and a must-have, I should think, for any aviation enthusiast. So there we go, 293. That's an unusual item.
Goodness me.
Something perhaps not quite so unusual, but these caught my eye. Really lovely quality.
They are super, those.
These are engravings, essentially, from 1804. Carden
Favourites.
after Davis, so Carden's the engraver after the painting by Davis. The rival favourites here, just really lovely condition, a little bit of undulation in the paper so it's not stuck down, which is a good thing. Clean paper, can't see much any foxing really. With infantile amusement, so you get the two together, lot 654, really nice, nicely framed, ready to go. Would have made a lot of money in the past. Today, £150 or so perhaps, lot 654. How about something very common that you should see lots of?
Common?
Unremarkable item, lot 291. This is a Japanese eggshell porcelain tea set. So for people who haven't seen one before, they go, wow, look at that. It's incredibly thin. It is like an eggshell in thickness. You can virtually see through it.
Yeah.
And the Japanese did sometimes do these things called lithophanes, where moulded into the base of the cup is a pattern, a picture, essentially, in relief. And when it's held to the light, you can see it. It's often a sort of Japanese woman, a geisha's head is the common one. But this is the standard model that has no lithophane. And whilst it's all here, may have been plates, might not. It probably dates to about 1910 or thereabouts, 1910 to 20. The Japanese produced these, mass-produced these for the West. This one, some are hand decorated. This one is printed with the blue, and then the hand decoration is the gilding, and the red has been sort of added on. So it's a very common item.
And they're very pretty, aren't they?
Well, they're very pretty until you've seen more than 10, and then you sort of start to think, oh, they're a bit ubiquitous. So they don't make much money, 20 to 30 quid probably, lot 291, but one sees a lot of them, and can't always talk about the fancy things, we talk about the ordinaries. You're pointing at these.
I think they're really ugly.
They are really ugly, aren't they? There we go. This is marketing, isn't it, from Gorringes?
Yeah, sorry.
Get your really ugly plates here. So there we go. They're striking. They're quite masculine in design.
Go. They're striking.
And Germanic. And they are continental. They don't have maker's marks upon them. They're in lot 292 with this Queen Victoria record reign 1897 commemorative teapot, glazed black. Equally hard to find a buyer for, I think is the polite way to describe it.
With him as well?
No, I think he's got 294. We're not getting distracted by him.
Sorry.
So carrying on round, what else can I show you? Let's go and have a look over this side. This caught my eye. Oh no, that's not in. That's next week. Hold fire. Come back next week. You won't know what it is. We're teasing you. How about this? This is quite showy. Lot 353. Ormolu, so gilt bronze or gilt brass. This one I think is gilt bronze. French, probably about 1910. Yeah, nice dial, obviously chip round it, could be repaired at a price. This is Limoges enamel set into it, which is a bit unusual and quite stylish. And then we have got what looks to be the original movement, probably running for 8 days. And not a bad thing, that. Shame about the chipping around the dial, but otherwise rather smart. Nice condition other than that, and sort of hopefully ready to go. Haven't tested the movement. It's a timepiece, it doesn't strike, so it won't keep you awake with its gonging, just with its ticking. Tiles got pointed out to me earlier, lot 383.
Great colour, aren't they?
They're a nice colour, aren't they? So we have two of each in the set of 12, and they are Minton. How do we know that? Because it says so on the back. So it's these technical things give it away. Minton's is impressed there. It looks like at some point they've been put in a fireplace or something similar and then since removed. Condition's not bad.
What sort of age would they be?
These will be...
Does it say on the back?
No, it doesn't say on the back, but you would know from the way it's impressed, Minton's China Works, Stoke-on-Trent, those in the know, and those with a book to look it up, would be able to date them pretty precisely, I would imagine. Right. I think they're about 1900.
Nice.
So quite a nice little set there. Carrying on down, here, something else relatively ordinary, lot 380, jelly moulds. So one sees them in ceramic and one sees them in copper, are the two materials that one most commonly comes across them in. Copper much more popular because they look quite pretty because they're thin and crisp. Whereas the pottery ones, obviously all the detail is on the inside, not the outside. So that's not very exciting, I'm sorry to say, you know. And there's only, one could display them, I suppose, put them like that, showing out. There's a, that looks like a rabbit there, and I think it's impressed, it says bunny there, and that one is by Grimwade's, England, again around 1900. You can see it's moulded for a rabbit. There are some slightly fancier ones showing at the back here. That's quite a big one with the pineapple. Typically you've got a number 10, but no maker's mark as such upon it. I imagine a serious enthusiast would know who produced which ones and which shapes are rare and what have you. You go down to this little delicate one with the belled flowers or tulips, whatever they may be. That one is a Copeland example. So so there we go. So, you know, it's amazing how one can start getting interested in things when you start thinking about them and looking at them. That's lot 380. Carrying on, glassware. Again, we see lots of cut glass, and these days it's not particularly popular. There are exceptions, Waterford being a key one. How do you know who made your glassware? Well, you might, and particularly if it's high quality, have it signed, and it's an etched mark underneath here somewhere. This one, I don't know if you can get that in the camera.
I can see it.
You see the Waterford there?
Yeah. Catch
it in the light, there we go, Waterford.
Yeah.
So, obviously today, buying new glassware like this, very expensive, probably £100 or more of glass. So it makes a bit of a bargain at auction, but buyers want them to be big. So that's not really big enough for our glasses of wine, is it? Yeah.
I don't know what you mean.
Unless, of course, you got two.
Well, yeah, but look, there's those ones.
Yes, there's some larger ones over here, but you've only got 4 of them. You haven't got any more than
That's
4.
Okay, we don't invite people around anyway.
Well, don't invite people around. They're not Waterford, apparently. They're not signed. They don't look quite the same. And then you've got some nice chips out the edge. Right. So, yes, examine your glass carefully. Love these. These are great fun, aren't they?
Yes,
cocktails.
they're lovely. Yeah.
And those again are unsigned apparently. But anyway, great big lot of glassware, lot 379, won't be expensive, but you have got some nice Waterford glasses in amongst it. What else? What else?
Like
what
that.
else? What do you like?
That auction, yes.
397. Yes, someone stuck a sticker on it, auction, which is a clue that it's coming for auction. Will it come off?
It's so light.
It will come off. Now, note to everybody, really, try not to put stickers on things. I mean, it hasn't done any damage to this bowl, but if you put a sticker on something with gilding, it's going to pull the gilding off. It might pull the enamel off porcelain. I'm constantly asking the guys here not to stick stickers on the front of things. Just put it on the back where it doesn't do any damage. Anyway, look, 397. This lovely big treen bowl.
It's gorgeous. It's really light. I don't know what wood it's made from.
It's made of light wood.
It
might. Some of them are sycamore.
It's lovely. What would it have been used for?
Do you think it's dough, as in sort of mixing dough rather than actually not proving dough? But I suppose you could prove dough in that. It's quite big. I mean, it's not a classic huge baker's one, but
it's really nice.
That could be for that. So that's what I'll say. See if I can get away with it. Lot 397. Carrying on. How about some pictures?
That's nice.
And then we're going to look at the jewellery. Andrew King, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very nice. Where's that? Do you know?
Looks like Windsor Castle to me. Let's have a look. It's at the riverside towards Windsor.
Oh, well done.
By Andrew King, ROI. Bought from the Webster Gallery in 2012 for £750. Special price.
Valuation for insurance.
So immediately valued at £1,400 for insurance. Was confusing, but there we are. So Andrew King, not in at that money now. More modest sums today because fashions change. But lot 613, nice painting. Yeah. There's a couple of John Yardleys coming down here. Local scenes. I forget. This is local to Lewes, and it does say where in the catalogue. Watercolour.
It's really annoying the light.
You got it. Lot 609. Got a nice touch, very much like Edward Seago.
Very nice, but it's cold.
And that's Reigate Town Hall. So if you're a Reigate person, that's right up your street. So there we go.
609.
Yeah, again, modestish sums, low money. Now, back down to the counter. Treasures. There's always treasures to be discovered.
Is that lovely eagle in next
No,
sale?
the eagle's next time.
Okay.
Tune in next week.
Okay.
So here we have lot 818, and initially thought that it might not be right, which is probably why it's ended up in the weekly sale, not a fine sale. But actually, this is bang on correct. This is Irish silver, George II, 1738. Nice marks there.
Yeah.
Good clean set of marks. And a scratch weight. And then turning it over, we've got the original cartouche. And that's a nice thing. And it's lot 818 coming up for sale. And estimate is £300 to £500. So sorry, lost track there a little bit as one of our grandee clients came past and isn't interested in what we're up to. Don't blame her, really. There we go. But, so 818, interesting thing, bit of a sleeper. I'm sure that's going to make more money. You know, an Irish silver pattern, good size, good condition. That's going to run on a bit.
Did you say, because I can't remember, did you say that it went on top of the chalice?
So it sits on top of the chalice, yes. One has the chalice for the wine and the
So
pattern
interesting.
is for the wafers.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. So that's quite a nice thing. Just in passing, 831, caught
You're
all right.
selling your glasses,
Interesting,
darling.
yeah, selling my specs. Have I been to Specsavers? And these are just fun because they extend out at the sides, and then they've got these flippy
so quirky.
lenses, which we haven't as yet ascertained quite why one is blue and one is not. Perhaps it's for examining gemstones or something else so that one doesn't damage the eyes. Another pair in blue in tortoiseshell, and a further pair in steel. So 3 nice pairs of spectacles. If you're an optician, you could start collecting those. They're not too expensive and they're kind of fun. Finally, bit of jewellery and watches. This one didn't get away in a previous sale, but it's back, and it is a Tudor, so the lesser Rolex make. It was in at 400, didn't sell. Why didn't it sell? Well, the size, I think, because it's what they call this sort of boy's size.
It's nice for a woman.
Yeah, it's nice for a woman. It's less commercial, and it's probably 1950s or thereabouts. So it's back at 300 to 500, lot 893. But still, one would hope quite a collectible item.
Nice colours.
Then, across some jewellery. 890, caught our eye. Do you like it on black?
Yeah, that's good.
890 caught our eye. You get this necklace together with a bracelet.
Yeah.
Thought to be tie.
It is very pretty.
The bracelet only is stamped, which
can get it.
suggests it could be around about 14 carat. So
nice
quite
colours
pretty.
in it.
Lot 890. I think the estimate's 8 to 1200 on that. From the same source, I believe, 891. This quite stylish. What's that, sort of 70s, 80s? Yeah, sort of 70s-ish, isn't it, really?
Yeah, it's nice.
Those nice green stones. There's a few diamonds scattered about in there. Stone, the green, yes, here, diamond.
Do
Little
you know
diamond
what?
chips.
The camera's making it look a lot lighter than it actually is.
Yeah, well, it's fairly dark, isn't it?
It is dark, yeah.
Yeah, they're quite moody, those stones. They look a bit
Yeah.
like they might be tourmalines to me, but what do I know?
nicer.
Roche hasn't been able to identify them. Definitely gold, but called yellow metal because it's not marked. Well, 891, 300 to £500 on that.
Yeah, striking.
Another bracelet, which is unremarkable, back to our unremarkable items, is this scarab bracelet, which is lot 898. And it's 14 carat. And it's to be frank, not particularly special, but what's with it? Look at
We love
this.
this,
What a
don't we?
treasure. Look at this. That is a lovely enamelled serpent brooch. Diamond set to the head, pearl below in the loose suspension. Bit of wear to the enamel there. Unmarked to the back, but really nice thing. And that looks to me to be late Victorian or thereabouts. Beautiful thing. So the estimate is 300 to 400. All the values in this. Nice thing.
It is.
Finally, Eternity. How about an Eternity ring? Sapphire and diamonds, fairly classic. Unmarked yellow gold, so yellow metal. And unusually inscribed to the side, what is it? Thou art lovely and true.
I tried it on. I would suggest it's a size M.
There we go. Did it fit you?
Yeah.
It's worrying. The good news is the estimate's £200 to £300. Lot 904. There we go for the Eternity ring. Show you the interesting side. So there we go. Some
very nice.
interesting bits and pieces as ever in this weekly sale. Come along and have a look. Have a look online otherwise, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you.